Just shut up and let me slap you, dumb. You're not gonna slap me. Give me my phone.
In the background of the call, Obumseli can be heard saying he can't feel his arm and believes he's going to die.
I can't feel my arm. 3101. I can't feel my arm. Baby, I'm so sorry.
That was the voice of 28-year-old Christian Obumseli, lying in his pool of blood, saying he can't feel his arms and is going to die after being stabbed in the chest by his 26-year-old girlfriend, Clenney Taylor.
A model who made millions in OnlyFans is on trial for the murder of her boyfriend, and prosecutors in Miami want to keep Courtney Clenney behind bars, fearing she could flee the country using her sizable wealth.
Welcome to Wiki True Crime. Here we share solved and unsolved cases. We hope that by sharing these stories, we all become more aware of the types of crimes that happen around us. And by doing so, we become smarter at detecting and hopefully preventing similar crimes. Let's get started. Clenney, an OnlyFans model and Instagram influencer, charged with second-degree murder and death of her boyfriend, 28-year-old Christian Obumseli, on the 3rd of April 2022, which happened in her luxury apartment in Miami, Florida. Clenney's lawyer, Prieto, said the couple had recently broken up, and that Clenney was concerned for her safety, as Obumseli was always making unsolicited visits to her luxury building. Her lawyers have pointed out that she had asked for a restraining order against Obumseli days before the fatal fight, and a security guard in their building told cops he once saw him rush her.
Boyfriend actually came after her and Paul was walking towards there, and then I just said, you know, enough is enough.
Investigators investigating Obumseli's death claim the couple had a documented history of violence.
She said she don't want police to be called, but when it's in a common area and something happened like that, my safety is the residents first.
According to a Miami police report, the couple have had a rocky relationship since November 2020, with multiple incidents of domestic violence on both sides during their relationship.
I stayed in my apartment all day. I didn't take my dogs out for like 8 hours because I was afraid that when I came down here, I was going to beat him.
Obumseli's cousin and legal team told reporters there were 6 calls related to disturbances involving the couple between January and March 2022.
Devastation doesn't quite describe what my family's experiencing right now. Yesterday, we finally told our 93-year-old grandmother that her grandson, who was expected to come home to Texas to visit for his 28th birthday, will no longer or ever be returning home.
Clenney, who made over $3 million from the adult site OnlyFans since 2020 and boasts of more than 2 million Instagram followers, was recorded threatening Obumseli's life just 1 month before she fatally stabbed him inside their ritzy Miami high-rise apartment. She was recorded in March in a video obtained by WSVN, saying she's actually freaking not having a good day, where she actually literally freaking wants to kill him, but he doesn't take her seriously, she added.
Get off of me! You literally talked to her without telling me!
Friends close to the couple told locals they've allegedly seen Clenney hit Obumseli in the past, and cops said the two have a history of domestic disturbances at the Tony high-rise. Ashley Vaughn told the outlet they've seen her hit him, but have never seen him hit her.
Hey, Courtney, I was on a bike ride and she passed me and I said, hi, you and Courtney are having a live chat. My bad, I forgot to tell you that. That doesn't make you to act and call me a
They said from what they've personally experienced between both of them, they believe that Christian wouldn't put her in a position where she would need to stab him to protect herself. However, a neighbor who claimed to have a good view of the couple's home said something went wrong within a couple of weeks before the stabbing, and that Clenney had been physically abused by Obumseli. Her neighbor said he saw him slapping her, though he couldn't tell if it was open-handed or closed-handed, but he did see him slapping her. Last summer, footage emerged showing Clenney apparently attacking her boyfriend, the 27-year-old cryptocurrency investor, in an elevator of their apartment building, One Paraiso. A surveillance camera captured the incident, which happened just a month before Obumseli's death. In the clip, Clenney repeatedly strikes Obumseli and tries to yank his hair. He mostly remained defensive, using his arm to try to block her blows, but then he pushed her back and hit her several times in response. As the doors opened, he walked out of the elevator with Clenney continuing to hit and push him from behind as she followed him. On April 3, 2022, Courtney Clenney allegedly killed her boyfriend during an argument in their luxury Miami apartment. She had claimed she stabbed Obumseli in self-defense after he attacked her and grabbed her by the throat. She plunged a knife into his chest and called 911 on Sunday evening after plunging the knife into his chest. He died after being transported to a local hospital. Footage taken after the incident appears to show her dazed and drenched in blood while sitting on the floor in her bra. According to the lawsuit filed on March 17 and updated on Friday, Clenney is financially responsible for Obumseli's estate in connection with his death because she deliberately stabbed him, inflicting emotional pain and suffering on his family and depriving him of future support and services. However, Clenney's attorney has said she will fight the case. In August, Clenney was charged with his murder. The state attorney claimed she was the aggressor in an abusive relationship with Obumseli. She pleaded not guilty and she is awaiting trial. According to Michael Haggard, an attorney representing Obumseli's family in the lawsuit, several residents in the couple's neighborhood in Miami reported witnessing Clenney threatening Obumseli while he was still alive. Michael Haggard said he's got over 10 witnesses, not only from the building, but from adjacent buildings too, that are like, Courtney was always absolutely screaming at the top of her lungs, every curse word you can think of, threatening her boyfriend. Haggard said none of the neighbors reported Obumseli acting aggressively, according to Haggard. All the witnesses said that he was always under control, that he was just trying to calm her down. He was trying to give her a second chance. According to an amended complaint filed on Friday and reviewed by Rolling Stone, the family is suing Clenney for one count of battery in Obumseli's death. On April 3, 2022, the complaint says Clenney intentionally touched, struck, made contact with and/or stabbed Christian Obumseli against his will. As a result of defendant Courtney Clenney's intentional actions, Christian Obumseli died. Frank Prieto, a lawyer for Clenney, tells Rolling Stone Clenney's innocence will prevail. The evidence in both the criminal and civil case will show that Courtney's actions were taken to defend herself from an imminent attack by Obumseli, he says. Courtney is a survivor of domestic violence. In the current civil action, Obumseli's family is seeking $50,000 in damages, although Prieto claimed to TMZ Thursday that Clenney has no assets. Haggard says she obviously has assets, referring to Clenney's successful influencing and OnlyFans career. Prosecutors revealed that after allegedly killing Obumseli on April 3, Clenney moved $50,000 and then $1.1 million through wire transfers to her father to hide assets as the investigation moved forward. Prosecutor Khalil Quinnan presented the bank transfers as evidence that Clenney could be a flight risk if she is granted bail. In part because of Clenney's allegedly escalating violent behavior, the family is also seeking damages from the owners, condo association, management, and security company of the complex, One Paraiso, claiming the business entities did not do enough to prevent a crime they saw coming. When there is a reasonably foreseeable crime, then the property can be held responsible for not having adequate security, Haggard says. The 4 companies named in the lawsuit did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The companies associated with the condo building, Haggard claims, knew about Clenney's unbelievable behavior before she killed Obumseli. According to police call records which Haggard shared with Rolling Stone, in the 3 months leading up to Obumseli's death, officers were called to the unit 8 times, 5 times for a disturbance, twice for an information report, and once for a conduct investigation. Each time, she's absolutely hysterical, screaming, doing everything, he says. He also cites the elevator footage, which he says showed Clenney assaulting Obumseli. The recording was taken less than 2 months before Obumseli's death. Although the building owner was in the process of evicting Clenney at the time of the stabbing due to unpaid rent, Haggard says the company should have taken steps to expedite the process due to Clenney's alleged danger as a tenant. In a lot of these cases, the landlord would say, well, they couldn't do anything because it takes a while to evict someone. It certainly does sometimes when it's only money. But when someone is becoming a danger, there are exceptions to evict someone. If someone's becoming a threat to other people, you have a duty to get them out of there. According to the civil complaint, the damages Obumseli's estate is requesting would cover his medical and funeral expenses. Haggard says it's about more than that to the family, however. Who cares about funeral expenses, he says. They lost their 28-year-old child, who had an incredible future in front of him. Clenney's lawyer, Prieto, also speculated to TMZ that Obumseli's estate was going after the business entities associated with One Paraiso to try to get a huge payout from their insurance policies. Asked about the payout alleged by Prieto, Haggard says, "Losing your child is the worst thing that can happen to any human being. They would do anything to go back to the day before and have this never happen and him back to Texas." He adds, "This is about justice, and he should probably concentrate on justice rather than making comments like that towards the victim's family." The model, who has pleaded not guilty, remains jailed without bail awaiting trial, with a status conference set for July. What is your reaction to this? Do you think there could have been a better way to address this murder case? I'd love to hear from you by commenting below. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.